Hi everybody, welcome into this week's edition of the Coach O Show. My name is Ryan Beckman, along with Wildcat head football coach Chris Ostrowsky. Coming up on this week's show, we look back at a Wildcat victory to finish off the 2014 season. We'll talk with quarterback Shaye Brown and look ahead to the offseason for the Wildcats. And Coach, just an offensive explosion for you guys on Saturday. 66 points and a 66-38 win over the Findlay Oilers. Take us back through the game. Your Wildcats came to play on Saturday.
Yeah, there's no question. I think that's what's most pleasing, if you will, for us as a coaching staff, for me as the head coach. It's been a really frustrating fall on many levels for us. Nobody's been more humble than me. At the same time, our players are what this program's about, and really anybody else, it doesn't factor in, and the way they went about their business all week, really for the last couple weeks, was really great to see. They were so entrenched in trying to put a good product on the field, and I don't think there's any question. It shows a player base that is committed, and you don't go score 66 on accident. And it was an awesome day, and I thought our defense really played well and came up with some really good stops too, and it was a lot of fun to watch.
Absolutely. Well, let's talk about quarterback Shaye Brown. 490 yards passing, which is a school record. Awesome. 5 touchdowns, which is one shy of tying the school record, and really just on point and accurate all afternoon long. Yeah,
you know, I said to myself, I said, the kid really had a great week of practice. He seemed to be really quick-twitched with the football and really making good decisions all week long, and had a different little demeanor, which I think is so important to playing that position, and how he has matured within the position over the course of the last year and a half. So going into the game, I felt good about it, and I felt some things could happen for us coverage-wise versus some of the things we thought we can get. And then sometimes it just really clicks. I've had some really big days as a coordinator / head coach and trying to do those things, but that was as big as I've been around. That was an extraordinary day, and Shaye was awesome.
Not only through the passing game success, but on the run game as well. Terrence Dye over 100 yards and found the end zone 4 times himself.
Yeah, you know, it all starts with the guys up front. I think those guys really were phenomenal in terms of the way they went about their business, their run blocking, the way that their physicality up front. So it gave Shaye the protection he needed, and then Terrence just really had a great explosion and vision, and was downhill and did the things we need him to do, and got in the end zone a bunch of times. Great to see those guys and see it all come together like that.
Real quick, Coach, what did you like from the defensive side throughout the game?
Yeah, you know, I think their ability to play together, and I think they played a pretty good offense and a heck of a quarterback as well, and I thought they fought. The goal line stand was phenomenal.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll talk with quarterback Shaye Brown when we continue on the Coach O Show.
The Coach O Show is sponsored by
Back here on the Coach O Show, our guest this week is a Wildcat quarterback, Shaye Brown, a record-setting quarterback for the Wildcats in the 66-38 win over Findlay on Saturday. 490 yards passing, Shaye, school record, 5 touchdowns, one shy of tying the record. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And well, let's go back and what did you see from your standpoint that allowed you to have such a fantastic game?
You know, I think it really helps that I didn't get much pressure on me all day, and it was really easy just to sit back there and throw it. And my guys did a real good job of getting open, and we had great play calls, and we were just ready for them.
A lot of continuity now with that offensive line and with the wide receiver group. How much has that helped you as you've progressed through this season? Oh
yeah, it's helped a bunch. I think that all of us have really learned what each other need and what we all expect of each other. So I think it helped us this game.
Let's talk a little about the wide receiver group, because a lot of talent there for guys that you can throw to. Marcus Tucker, Austin Young, Trey Hipke back next year. Kelvin Smart was a very reliable source this year for you. Talk a little about that wide receiver group.
Yeah, the receiver group is really deep. They, I mean, we can go through any kind of receiver and we'll be set. And I think we're really deep. I said, I'm all messed up.
That's all right.
We're real deep. We didn't have many guys in. We had some eligibilities, hurt players, but I think that the receivers we have they're best in the nation.
Sure. When you look back at where you were from going into fall camp to now at the end of the season, where do you think you improved the most?
I think I've improved just by staying calm, and I never let the highs be too high and the lows be too low. And I think that I did a really good job staying even-keeled, and I've really worked on that, trying to mature, and it helped.
Now, what about the learning process? What's the big thing that you've learned as a college quarterback? You know, playing as a true freshman last year and now this year as a sophomore. What area did you feel that you've learned the most?
You know, I've learned that things are never going to go 100% as planned, and that if you think that everything's going to go right all the time, that you're never going to be successful. And I think that helped me prepare.
Looking ahead to the off season, what's in store for you as you hit the books and get into the weight room practice? What's for you this off season?
Well, this off season basically just do school, and football-wise, just get stronger, faster, quicker, all that.
Sure. Well, Shaye, tell us a little about yourself off the football field, where you're from, and what brought you here to Northern Michigan.
I'm from a city called Linden, Michigan, and it's about 20 minutes south of Flint. And what brought me to Northern was they recruited me real late, and it was about December, I think, when they started calling me. And I never even heard of Northern. I came up here and I was like, man, I'm in love with this place, and I love the coaches and all the players that I met, and it was just the right place for me.
All right, well, Shaye, we appreciate it. Congratulations on your big day. We'll see you on the field next year.
All right, thank you.
Wildcat quarterback Shaye Brown joining us on the Coach O Show. We'll take a break and continue with more right after this.
It's time for this week's trivia question. Who is the only player in NMU football history to win 3 team MVPs? Is it A, Phil Kessel, B, Nelson Edmonds, or C, Steve Mariucci? Find out after the break. Who is the only player in NMU football history to win 3 team MVPs? The correct answer was C, Steve Mariucci.
Welcome back to the Coach O Show as we continue looking at the Wildcats' 66-38 win over the Findlay Oilers, and time to get into the highlights. And Coach, quite a few to pick from this football game, huh?
There was a bunch, no question. I think this one was pretty cool to start off with. Just great execution in terms of a trick play off of a sudden change. And we do a great job executing the first end of the play, which is right there. And Austin does a great job of selling it. And then, Shaye creates a little bit of illusion, if you will, and then does a great job being an athlete and catching the ball and getting it out of his hand. And then we throw the triple pass. And Trey Hipke's, I would say that's pretty open.
Yeah, that is. That's wide open.
That's exciting to see, and guys are running and going, and that was fun. That was a ton of fun. It was a great football play.
How many times you practice a play like that in practice?
Oh boy, I mean, we've probably been practicing that for a couple months. Yeah, there's no question. And it's one of those things where it's got to be perfect.
Sure.
It's got to be in a perfect place on the field, or it's not going to work. And I felt really good about that moment, and the guys really executed the plan. It was perfect. It was really perfect. They really pursued and was getting after it. We did a good job protecting, and then Shaye just put it up in the air, and Trey does a great job getting it, and that's an exciting touchdown for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. That was fun. Can't we get going here later in the game? And a typical set for us, and that 3-by-1 set, and we'll get the ball snapped, and again, little read for us here, and then Terrence does a heck of a job getting vertical, and I think that's critical for us. And you can see he's got that forward lean, really special, man. Special to see him play and see him producing the way he has, and gets in the end zone. And that's a great looking football play for us, and a great looking touchdown.
Yeah, and you needed a guy like Terrence Dodd to step up as the season went along.
We really did with some injuries and with Wyatt being out for sure. And obviously the key to the play for certain is our offensive line.
Yes.
And then Terrence having the ability to see it and hitting it, and then Shaye expediting the play. So it was pretty good. And again, you see it from this view, which is a teach tool for us, and we really get a great push up front. And that's James Bester, who's a senior for us, and we're able to crease him, get in the end zone. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's a great one of 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a big day for us. Okay, so we had $1 million to pick. Right? So we said, let's just narrow this thing down. This is one of those ones where we felt we can scheme the coverage a little bit, and Marcus just completely runs by the corner there, who's trying to play a version of 2 invert, if you will, and 2 goes vertical, so he's got to run with 1, and Shaye does a great job of giving it to him, and that's a great football play.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think when you and I talked before the game on Saturday, you said Marcus Tucker against anybody's a great matchup for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's found his stride a little bit, and he's a special player, and I think there's a lot of good players in the league, and he's one of them.
Mm-hmm. 6 for 6 inside the red zone. Execution was just unbelievable for you guys on Saturday.
Yeah, it was great to see. It was like it all came together. It all came together. So that was important. See the view here, and again, Shaye talked about it. Protection is outstanding. He's fundamentally excellent in terms of his drop. He's got a long arm, and he puts the ball up in the air and keeps it on the field, and Tucker's way past him. And that's great football play, a great touchdown at that point.
Absolutely. And real quick, let's talk about one of the seniors on the offensive side, Kelvin Smart. 8 receptions, over 100 yards, gets a touchdown in his final game.
I'm going to be really sad to see Kelvin go. I am sad to see him go. Just a great kid, great student in the classroom, was really consistent for us within our receiving core. So just an outstanding player that we're going to miss.
Absolutely. We'll take a break here on the Coach O Show. We'll look at the defensive highlights when we come back.
The Coach O Show is sponsored by
Welcome back to the Coach O Show as we continue to look at the highlights from the Cats' win over Findlay. Let's see what the defense did on Saturday, Coach.
Now we switch gears, right?
Yeah,
we go to defense.
that's right.
This was an awesome sequence for us. It's the second quarter. We're battling a little bit, and our defense really came up big. My view, when you play defense this hard on the goal line, it's character. And just excited to see these guys getting a push, really doing a great job executing the plan, and just rallying to the football. That was a great stop for us on the 3rd down. You see this view. We talked about Brent Showers in the mix there, and William Bryce and Dante Holmes and all these guys trying to get in there, and Deontay Bruton throwing his body in, and Trevor and the whole gang really trying to make sure we build a wall, which is tough to do, as you know. Now it's 4th and inches. I mean, it's 4th and an inch. We need a stop, and our defense comes up big, and we do a great job of ensuring a great goal line stand, and then we went 99 yards for a touchdown on the ensuing sequence, which really, I mean, that's a tough thing to deal with in terms of momentum. So great job by our defense there. You see the reverse, and we got some guys that are tough to move, and I think that's important up front.
And a stand like that really gets you guys fired up.
Oh, there's no question about it. No question about it. This was late in the deal here now, and we're a little bit ahead, but they're in pass mode, so you gotta be in that pass rush mode. We get Dante Holmes, who's continued to grow and continue to get better within the program, and he's the end to the bottom here, and it's obviously a passing situation, and we just do a great job of beating their tackle, and that's an enormous loss. That's an enormous loss, and that's a tough one to deal with. So great play for us, and again, you see the reverse view, and Dante just does a great job of recognizing pass and then pass rushing. We get to the quarterback, and that's a great play for us right there.
And quite a few times during the game, you had put some pressure on Findlay's quarterback, Verlon Reed, and really made it uncomfortable.
Yeah, I think that's the word. I think he was uncomfortable all game long. He had a recoil and reset a bunch, and he's an athletic, mobile guy, an Ohio State transfer, probably as big a get in the league for and over the course of the last 2 years, and we were after him from the start to the finish, so it was great to see.
Well, we've talked before about Dalton Stenberg led you guys in tackles again on Saturday, but let's talk about another guy who was second on the team in Deontay Bruton, a guy that's got some playing time as the year's gone on.
Yeah, Brew is a guy that didn't play early on. He's fought some adversity and has hung in there, and just really proud of him, proud of the way he's committed himself to the program, and reckless abandon. That's the word you hear when you think about Bruton. He just is throwing his body in. He's explosive. He's downhill. And he's going to have a special career here, redshirt freshman. So he'll grow into his role as a redshirt sophomore. So it'll be nice to see.
Who else did you see step up on the defensive side this year?
I think William Bryce did a heck of a job for us, who will be a senior for us next year. Obviously, with Jordan Adidaron, Trevor Cruzel and Nick Krause. I think those three were anchors.
Sure.
I think they were consistent. I think they were tough. I think they were critical to our success on defense. All three of those guys will graduate, but I think those three were really impact-type players.
How about overall improvement from week 1 to week 11 now? Where did the defense improve?
You know, I think what they did was that they committed themselves to each other. I think that's important. I think we understood the importance of preparation during the course of the week, and I think we tackled better as the season went along. And we had some guys fill in and play that maybe weren't in the plan week 1 defensively, and due to injury had to step up, and they did. So I thought that was important for our growth.
What do you look to see now from the defense? What do you need more from the defense going in?
You know, I think as we move forward defensively, it's just about continuing to grow, continuing to build depth. I think that's so important in this league. You got to have the ability to interchange your D-line and still maintain a level of excellence, if you will. And you got to have linebackers that can run, so you can continue to improve on your team speed. And I think if you could do those things and improve our football intelligence, because defense is about recognizing, I think we'll continue to get better and better.
Well, the pieces are there, no question about it. We'll take a break and wrap up the Coach O Show when we come back. Welcome back to the Coach O Show as we head to the final segment here tonight. And Coach, let's go back and kind of look at the season overall, and just from beginning to end. I know we talked about the defense in the last segment, but overall, this improvement of this football team.
Yeah, you know, Ryan, it's one of those situations where it's a season that was filled with unbelievable ups and downs. Nobody is more disappointed in our overall finish in terms of record than me, not even in terms of levels. But there's quite a few things that we really did well, and there's things that we're going to hang our hat on here as we continue through the winter, into the spring, into summer. And we're going to keep banging away at this thing. You know, our focus as a staff and as a player base is going to be to become the very best football team we can be every single day, and just try to small segment this thing. You know, it was a humbling year for me, but we finished against Findlay on week 11, and was by anybody's opinion, we're stunning. We were phenomenal on offense. We were pretty good in our special teams, and we really buckled down and played good defense. And I think you could build upon those facts. Sure. At the same time, there's some things we haven't done well. We are going to address them. We're going to own them, and we're going to move forward.
What's the offense or the off-season schedule like for you guys?
Yeah, you know, I think the off-season is one of those deals where we'll quality control this week. We'll meet with all our players, ensure that academically they're in position to get the support they need, which I think is critical here at the end of the semester. And then as a staff, we got on the road and we hit the recruiting trail hard, and we'll do that. I think that's critical. We've had 2 full recruiting classes. This is the 3rd, and we've got to finish and do a great job there. And then we'll get back in the wintertime and have our official visits and do the things that every college program is doing, and then really take a look at what we've done in winter conditioning to kind of improve our team toughness and team unity and so on and so forth. And then we'll matriculate into spring football.
Well, just a moment ago, you mentioned some of the things that you want to improve on. What are some of those areas?
You know, I think that we've got to understand the importance of finishing, how important of a mindset it is to play in the 4th quarter. I think we all understand that we did some pretty good things and then find reasons to not finish in the 4th quarter. And if we do those things, we got a real happy fan base, a really successful football team. But right now, that's not the case. So we've got to address the issues in terms of where we are finishing the product.
All right, Coach, it's been a pleasure. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Ryan.
All year
Appreciate
long.
it.
And of course, I want to thank our staff behind the scenes as well. That's going to wrap it up for the Coach O Show for this season. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
The Coach O Show is sponsored by